Hey guys, Nate Pollock, the Iron Father. This is Dad Fitness. It's the 19th of December today, and Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I'm not really getting into the Christmas mood. Usually it's winter time in Canada, and right now it's as green as fuck out there. Personally, I'm not very much of a green kind of guy. When it's summertime, sure, great, no problem, but wintertime, not so much. Kind of feeling a bit of the blahs here. Anyway, on to what we were wanting to discuss this week. This week I've been noticing when I was actually at the gym a couple times this week, no one does this exercise, but you'll see a lot of guys who will sit there and work on things like they'll use the cable crossover machine to work their triceps coming down. Now, all well and good. Unfortunately, not exactly always hitting every possible muscle group that you can hit when doing just your triceps on the cable crossover machines. I see a lot of guys who'll sit there and they'll push down and they're using the ropes or they're using the handles. That's fine, yeah, okay, no problem. But what's happening is that they're not really focusing much on this, and this is one of these exercises that should be done and it's not being done. I myself have been doing it for a couple of years now. I enjoy it. It's one of those few things that I look forward to on arm day, on my feeder workouts at night, aside from preacher curls. Now, yeah, your biceps, they take up 1/3 of your arm, when your triceps take up 2/3 of your arm. So we want to make sure that we're actually hitting everything on that tricep as you're doing it. If you can't do this with a barbell, you can certainly do this with dumbbells. I'm going to demonstrate using my barbell here in the forge, and we're going to show you how to actually do this properly. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit to kind of get a little bit lower down so you can kind of see my arms as we're doing the technique. So just do that real quick. Just come down a little bit like that. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, it's just a press. And it's nothing fancy. It's nothing, that's super complicated. All I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my hands, make sure that they're shoulder width apart, right? So they're shoulder width apart. Now the thing is that a lot of guys will make the mistake of doing chest by coming outward on the bar. What you want to do is you want to come more inward on the bar and keep your elbows tight to you. This will hit the triceps. If you want to hit your chest, bring your shoulder, your elbows out like this. What I want to do is I want to hit the triceps. So I'm going to line my fingers up, make sure I'm shoulder width apart. And I'm going to bring the bar up, right, like that. So I cheated there and I used my chest to bring it up, but that's okay for now. And so what I want to do is I want to come down like this and back up. Down again and back up. You're going to hit your triceps. Now I'm using a light weight. Now the reason why is because I'm trying to shoot for more definition in trying to get my triceps here. You can use a heavier weight if you're trying to get yourself bigger. Personally, I'm not that much I'm already as big as I want to be. If I get a little bit bigger in terms of like my arms going from being 17 to 18, so be it. I'm not going to complain. But for me, to hit the triceps properly with this, is you have to keep your elbows in and not out like this. If I want it out like this, I'll work my chest here. But I want to keep it in and across my sternum. So when I come down and then come back out, right? So yes, it'll still come up and towards my chest, but I'm hitting more of my triceps and getting the triceps done. Now you can do this with dumbbells. Try and do it with a light, moderate, or light to moderate weight. I usually try to hit it at least 15 reps to 20 reps per set. Some of you might want to go lighter or go lower in your reps and not so high on the reps and higher on the weights. Everyone's their own personal choice. This is just one of those exercises that, one, I never see ever being done in the gym, and I don't see why. Is it because everyone's trying to impress each other at the gym, or is it because maybe they're not aware of it? Now, in my experience, I've tried this when I was in Brazil. I don't know why I tried it. I think it was because I was having a discussion with one of my friends. We're both into fitness, and she just prescribed that maybe I should give this a shot. So I did, and ever since then I've actually really enjoyed doing this exercise. I also try to make sure, and this is the big important thing too, is making sure you're always shoulder width apart. Not out here, that's going to be like this. If you're shoulder width apart, you're perfect. That's what you want to do. That's what we're trying to hit. We're trying to get the triceps in the back here. Now you can hit all three heads by doing this. I mean, you can sit there and try and do machines. I am honestly, my opinion originally was I don't like machines, mainly because one, I could not afford them. But now that I can kind of start to afford them and buying things off of Kijiji, Amazon, and eBay, my opinion of machines is still, I have a preference for free weights, but I do understand where machines have their place. They're good for concentrating on particular muscle groups, i.e. if you want to work on your biceps or whatever, and focus on getting the squeeze. The other thing too is that you can always go to a lighter weight on your dumbbells and actually focus more on your technique and get the squeeze that you're looking for and get that contraction as you see fit. The other thing that I've been finding too, and this is everybody and myself included, is you'll use momentum to move the weight. And sometimes you won't even notice, you just throw it right up. And that's incorrect. I'm just as guilty, so don't worry. Like, I'm not perfect. A lot of my technique or a lot of my form is not always perfect. But right now, I'm trying to focus on the compound motion, making sure that I've got control on the lift and on when I'm coming back down. The reason why is because I get more tension on my arms. I get better results in terms of how they'll look, in terms of how vascular they are after the workout. I've been finding that my vascularity has actually been improving since concentrating on not just one part of the motion, but both sides of the motion. So when I'm doing barbell curl, I'll come up, but I want to keep control when I come back down. Same thing when I do my triceps. I try to come down with control and then I want to go back up. The thing that I find is a lot of people, and myself sometimes included, will sit there and use my shoulders first and not just focus on the triceps. Sometimes I'll bring my shoulders up when they should be down here. Now this is a problem that one thing we should all take notice of, myself included. I try to watch myself all the time, and I do catch myself and I am aware of it. And that's the one thing, is that a lot of us are not aware of this. So when you're at the gym, be aware of what you're doing, how you're doing it. Not just the fact that you are doing it. And it's not like, hey, look at me, how much weight can I lift? You're not going there to impress anybody. You're going there because you're a dad and you want to be there for a long time. 2, don't sit there and do stupid motions because you may end up hurting yourself. Machines will help you in the terms of like making sure that there's little injury. So you can also use the machines to actually help you focus on your technical level as well as getting the results you want. So, but for me, I like the idea of being able to work stabilizer muscles while I'm doing it, but still be aware of what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So that's it for now. I'm the Iron Father, Dad Fitness. I want you guys to stay out there, stay training, and remember, dads aren't just built, iron dads just aren't built. They're forged. Later.